Horde!
We've already done that. Look, we need to do a different kind of intro, you know?
But I mean, it's like Horde versus...
Yeah, but we remember Battle for Azeroth, we already did that.
Oh, but we can both agree that we're both for the Horde!
Yeah, Horde's cool.
Okay, cool. Hey everyone, welcome to GameGorgon. My name's Indigo.
And I'm the Horde.
Well, that's not true. He's just part of it.
My name's Sylvanas. Nice to meet you.
Today we're going to be talking about the Alterac Pass update on Heroes of the Storm.
Yes.
Which is loosely based off of the PvP map called Alterac Valley.
It's very loosely based. Alterac Pass is a large 3-lane map in Heroes of the Storm. Brand spanking new. If you haven't played it, highly recommend it. It's quite fun. And it has a lot of unique things about it, right? Yes, it does.
I nodded!
One, and I think most excitingly, is there is not a core per se, not a core structure at least. Instead of a core, each faction is going to have a general, and the general is going to be what you have to kill in order to win the game, but the general has a bunch of unique mechanics that are preventing you from doing that.
First, instead of what the normal core does, which is shoots an AoE attack at the first creature that enters its space, it now charges to the first character in that enters its space and spins to win and does AoE. Wait, it's almost exactly the same.
No, it's super different because
it is. But
the fact that it's mobile means that AoE attacks don't necessarily hit it by default. Skill shots don't necessarily hit it by default. Like, yeah, it's not juking you actively.
Yeah,
but it adds a little bit more interest there.
It's going to the first target and then it's basically staying there. Theoretically, if something comes in from the top lane, the other two lanes will take longer to get to the core.
We're gonna call it core every once in a while. You're gonna have to deal with that.
The key difference, though, to me, is the fact that if something stops attacking it, it heals.
Yeah, so it has a leash distance, like any camp in the game would. Once you leave its leash distance, it's going to go back to its starting home position in the center of its leash radius, and then it's going to heal. And it's going to heal and heal and heal until it can't heal anymore.
Yeah, versus the core, which has an aspect of healing, which is its shield, but once you break past the shield and you go into its health, it will only...
Health never recovers.
Exactly. Right. This, 100%. The interesting aspect of it is that it starts with 60 armor, and it decreases based off of the keeps that you take out.
Correct.
And each keep you take out reduces its armor by 20. So if you end up taking all 3 of the keeps out, it's down to 0 armor.
0 armor. Which is cool, an exciting mechanic. I don't think it's impactful enough, to be completely honest. After taking out 1 keep, you can super do it still.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel as difficult as it should. And after you take 2 keeps out, you don't even have to worry about the 3rd one at that point. You just steamroll it, basically.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's kind of pushing it so that it takes a little bit longer time for you to take the core out because of the armor, and requires even pushing of lanes versus, if I just rush 1 lane.
Next, on to the map objectives, the prisoners. This is a really interesting mechanic, might be a little bit OP, but we'll get to that. The prisoners have 4 spawn locations on the map, 2 on the north, 2 in the south. Each faction's prisoner is located on the opposing faction's side of the map. When the prisoners spawn at a specific point in the game, you approach your prisoner, you channel them for a bit, and after you're completed with the channel, it starts what's called the escape sequence, which is your prisoner banging up against the walls of its prison trying to escape. That escape sequence lasts for a specific amount of time that scales up each time you successfully complete one of the objectives. If you, as the opposing team, want to stop that escape sequence, you can also channel the same prison and stop the escape sequence. It's kind of a give and take at that point, right? It's a really hectic fight because you're trying to decide, okay, how many people need to stay to defend our prisoner? Do they have anyone that can kind of flank around and sneaky cap their prisoner? Or do we need to just go all in on them? It's sort of a really good tactical, I think, variety when it comes to the prisoners. When the prisoner escapes for the first team, that team is going to have 3 cavalry units spawn, 1 for each lane. Those cavalry units are bonkers OP at this point. They snowball games super hard. They're non-heroic, they're monsters. They have an AoE around them that gives anything in that radius that is on its team a move speed buff and a damage buff. They are non-insubstantial buffs. And the fact that they also apply to heroes is crazy. You can easily take out the fort in a lane with the first push. Easily.
It's kind of like what spiders should have been.
That's true.
There's also some mud pits throughout the map, makes it so that you're slowed when you go through it. And the longer you spend in there, the slower you get.
Because I think the slow stacks at 16% per second up to 60. So once, a 1 second stun, you're sitting there, being slowed by Garrosh for a bit, like, you've already got 3 seconds stacked on you, and then you have to wade through the rest of the mud.
Yeah, you're dead.
You're dead. There are also 2 Knoll siege camps, which are basically like the Hellbats from Brex's Holdout. Except for their skin like gnolls. There are also 2 ice giant boss camps, which are similar to the grave golems, and they work almost exactly the same, except for they have an attack that leaves a small slowing field on the ground. It's a very strong slow, but it's a pretty small field. You have to basically get hit directly with it to be affected by it, unless you're awful at the game.
All right, we're gonna go over a few tips and tricks for you guys, so I hope you enjoyed it.
At the time of this recording, escape sequence progress doesn't reset if interrupted. Don't let the enemy anywhere near their prisoner if they stop the sequence with 2 seconds remaining.
There are minion guards at each prison camp. These minions can cancel escape sequences just like players can. Be sure to interrupt them with damage.
The objective is very strong. This isn't like a tribute or a Punisher Shrine where you can lose the first one with little to no consequence. Make sure to get to the fight on time every time.
To that end, the first prison camp spawns at exactly 3 minutes.
Don't commit to the general unless you can commit to killing the general. The health regen will make any abandoned effort go to waste over time. If you're going to lose lives, make sure you can kill him.
There are no catapults in this map. Instead, there are reavers, large gnolls who are good at soaking damage but are melee range minions.
All right, everybody, that'll be it for Alterac Pass. If you want to talk about it, let us know your favorite features of the map. Maybe let us know what characters do you think would be good on this map. Down in the comments, help us win. While you're down there, hit the like button if you like the video. Hit the subscribe button to subscribe to us, help the channel grow, and hit the little bell icon to get notifications about our channel whenever we post new video content. I'm Krug. If you want to chat with me, you can get me at KrugQT on Twitter.
You can reach me at IndigoQT on Twitter. You can reach both of us on Twitter at _QueueTimes. Or you can hang out with us over on Instagram at QueueTimes. Until next time, guys. Bye.
We've been GameGorgon.
God, always.
Yep.